You know, every time I come to teach, I always think about what I've taught. You know, every time I analyze what we've done in the past month and couple of weeks pass by, and we're setting up the lesson plan and trying to teach our students how to grow within the art of savate, or the intermediate, or the advanced. Remember the rules. You kick from the rear, you bring it back to the rear. I'm a stickler to basics. So let's go back to the basics. Learn the name of the kicks. Learn the name of the punches. Understand what that is before you can even start putting together combinations. I was asked a question, how do you start people to counter punch, to counter strike? The different levels that they are they beginners? You know, you have your enchantments, your combinations, you have your ripos, your counters. A lot of people think it's luck. It's not luck, it's actually skill. And you have to develop it. How do you develop it? So now we're going to use this in a little bit faster. So he's going to come in with a jab. Bam, right there, right? He comes in. Okay? By paying attention to mistakes that one is doing with the other. People need to understand that. As you move up, you have combinations. They're known as enchantments. You have counters known as ripostes. When you're teaching people how to counter, how to riposte, many people think and say it's just luck. No, it's skill. Very simple. Now it's going to be a riposte on changing levels. He comes in with a rear leg chasse frontal. Comes in, I parry the chasse frontal as a parry. If you try to teach people how to counter in the beginning without them actually not having the basics of technique, it will be detrimental to them in the long run. Why is that? Because it's a proven pedagogy. So kick high, you take the leg. Kick high, you take the leg. Kick low, you take the leg. Remember that. Well, I'll have to teach something that's very advanced for the beginners to see where they're going to, even though they can't themselves do it at that time. So the best way to do that is to start off slow first, counter a jab, counter a fuerte, learn basics, and then start raising it up. Hands up. Remember, Danny, work on your distance. Work on your distance. Work on your distance. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Bring people into an opening that somebody else can read. Trying to bring all that down a little bit. You know, try to make sure that people understand that if we're looking at savate, and if we're training in savate, what am I just punching and kicking? And I think they're doing something right. They might be able to pull it off because of natural ability. You have to realize this. A lot of people have natural ability. Natural ability does not mean skill. Skill is something that you learn because you're willing to learn that skill. Understand the names of the kicks, what they're for. Understand the names of the punches, what it's for. Understand the names of the defenses, what they're for, before we can even start teaching somebody how to counter. Same hand is going to come back. So it's okay. Knowing your protections, your defenses, which is a block, an esquive, a bob and weave, all those need to be taken into account. Why? Because many people forget that. That is essential to learning savate.